And uploaded. Another devlog done. Now I can relax and play some good old... Hey man, if you get the new devlog done, it's due in like 6 seconds. Hello everyone and welcome back to Noia Dev, the series that aims to prove that one developer can create a successful MMO RPG. My name is Dane and this week on Noia Dev we're talking about progress on the forest map and the new player skills. To start off, let me show you guys the new skills for the sword and the staff, starting with the sword. In trying to make each weapon type unique, the sword is meant to fulfill the tank role in Noia, able to stay close to the enemy and weather blows while the other party members beat up the monsters. Sometimes the tank will need to close the gap between themselves and their target, and to do this, sword wielders now have this charge ability. This ability is a hold down and charge skill. The player will hold down the skill button to fully charge the skill meter, and upon release, the player will shoot forward and collide with the target, dealing a good chunk of damage. The sword isn't meant to be the highest damaging weapon in the game, so it may be difficult for tanks to hold aggro in the early stages of a battle. Having a decent damaging opening skill like this should help the tank secure aggro of the monster. The second ability that I made for tanks is the ability to taunt monsters. The capability for monsters to swap targets to the most threatening enemy has been around for a while now. If player A outdamages player B, then the monster will switch targets. So if the sword naturally can't outdamage a wand or a bow per se, then the sword wielders need a way to raise their aggro in another way, and that's what taunts are for. Taunts allow the tank to keep themselves at the top of the aggro list while not necessarily doing the most damage. This way tanks can maintain their role as unkillable ironclad behemoths while not necessarily stepping on the toes of the higher DPS classes. I was able to make this cool taunt effect by making this simple flowing particle system. When placed over the monster sprite, it doesn't look all that impressive, it's just a square of red particles, but when I add this sprite mask to both the enemy sprite and the particle system, suddenly you get this effect. Pretty cool, right? The mask makes it so the particles are only visible where the sprite is shown. At first, I had a problem with the particles showing on every sprite that had a sprite mask, but after actually reading the Unity documentation, I found I needed to add a sorting group to the enemy sprites, and voila! Now the effect is only visible on the enemy sprites you taunt. Moving on, let's talk about the staff. The staff fulfills the healer/support class in Noia. The staff users still need to be able to defend themselves or maybe throw a few damaging spells in if no one in the party is hurt at the moment, so the staff will be able to dish out damage comparable to the wand but only in short bursts, meaning their spells will have high damage but much longer cooldowns compared to the wand. To sell the idea that the staff skills are these devastating yet exhausting abilities, they need to be a bit over the top. So I tried to make a beam attack for the staff. Keyword here is tried. I spent hours trying to get this to work. I put debug lines everywhere and nothing was making sense. The particles were spawning, but they were never in the right place and they never followed the target. Eventually I realized my mistake. I was using the wrong method to spawn the spell effect. I was using this one when I should have been using this one. Once I realized my mistake, well, here's my live reaction when the spell started working. Look at that! Yeah! I was so happy when I saw that beam appear. All the frustration was completely worth it. As of writing this, I don't have the spell damage balanced yet. If it's in the game by the time this video goes live, leave the name of your favorite anime attack in the comments. And if you like the progress that you're seeing and you want to help out, consider subscribing. It helps the algorithm get the name of Noia out there so we have a bigger community, and a bigger community means more people to group up and play with. Moving moving on, let's talk about the forest map progress. Last devlog, I went into the mechanics of the different ring events, and now I have a couple made. These shrooms at the southwest side, and these rabbits at the southeast side. The shroom ring event is marked by this purple cap shroom, and culminates with the death cap spawning. And the rabbits, marked by this solitary white bunny here, culminates in the jackalope spawning. I'm not 100% sure where or if these two ring events will fit into a quest or any sort of lore, but they are here, so might as well use them. I had also gone over a couple of quest lines that will take place in this map, such as the bear quest line, as well as Norman and Elva's quest line leading up to the players entering the beehive. The beehive tileset is finished, by the way, thanks to Clockwork Raven, but only 2 quest lines in a map didn't seem like enough, so we need more! I have a quest line laid out for crafting in the future, but I had this tent sprite at the north end of the map and started thinking about what I could do with it. And I came up with what I'm calling the tourist questline, name pending. This NPC's name is Rhonda. Don't worry, this sprite is a placeholder. She will get a proper sprite in the future. Rhonda really wants to try out camping, but can't seem to enjoy the great outdoors. Over the next few quests, the player will build a campfire, a fence, gather fireflies at night, and even put up a street light in the corner to complete Rhonda's glamping adventure. I have most of the quests, objects, and logic done. I just need the quest character dialogue as well as a proper sprite. So keep an eye out for that in a future devlog. And that's it for this week. The forest map is moving steadily along, and now that Clockwork Raven has gotten the beehive tile set done, I might actually start working on that next. I gotta get back to work, so see you next time. Bye.